So, Teresa, we're back here, and last week we were talking about sleep hygiene, and we had a few sort of ideas around journaling at the end of the evening and just kind of doing some quiet activities away from screens and things. So, I thought today we might talk about some hypnotic tools for restful mind to help aid sleep.
That's a good idea. Let's explain and educate, I guess, of some basic tools that you can use from hypnosis to help with your sleeping.
Yeah, the messages that we send ourselves in general are hypnotic. So what we're thinking, we start to build as beliefs. And it is important to reframe and maybe anchor that reframe in some way. What I mean by anchoring is that we can utilize the feeling or sensation of the pillow, or the feeling of sensation of the bed covers or the space and place to be a positive anchor. So before time, we're imagining ourselves going to sleep and feeling totally comfy, letting our heavy head relax into the soft pillow and feeling totally safe and secure, so sleep can come easily. So we're dress rehearsing way before time. That can often help to create that post-hypnotic anchor. So then our body goes into the bed, it has that experience, and then it knows, this is what I'm to do now. Time for sleep. What are your thoughts on that anchors, that you can create for clients?
I think they can be really useful because, as human beings, if we're not careful, we go back into old habits quite quickly. We can fall into, so we can start ruminating again about those thoughtful, unthoughtful and helpful unthoughtful thoughts about sleeping and negativity about I'm going, another night and I'm not going to sleep, and I get so tired. And by creating an anchor, we can actually reinforce that positive thought about going to sleep at night. And when I get into bed, my head's going to hit the pillow and I'm going to drift off to a nice, deep, relaxing sleep and wake up in the morning full of energy and ready to go for the next day. By just literally having to touch perhaps whatever you've anchored in, your thumb and finger together, or a necklace or something, can take you to that relaxed state and more positive reframe of mind.
For sure. Body scan is also a really good tool just to kind of notice, how am I feeling? Because you might have been going through the day in quite a stressful way, and we can often be holding sort of physical tension in our body. And I work with people who want to stop grinding their teeth, and they've got a lot of tension in this jaw here. So as they go to sleep, one of my things is to suggest that their jaw separates, so their top and bottom jaw slightly go apart, where their tongue can relax in their mouth, and it stays like that all throughout the night. So they begin to properly relax their jaw, because quite often if they're not thinking to relax the jaw's going to stay stiff and tight and potentially grind, because that is what people who are going through stress do. They often will, chew. The other one is we hold a lot of tension in our neck and shoulders, or maybe other parts of the body. So doing a bit of a body scan when you hop into bed can be extremely useful in doing a progressive relaxation. You could even tighten up your whole body and then just let it go. You could do one bit at a time, tight, and then let it go. Or just simply softening your focus into how am I feeling? Am I noticing any areas that might be holding tension? Let that go now. So that can be useful for people who might be holding tension physically, and then of course it's going to hold the tension up here.
And by simply just sort of doing one of those exercises, you'll be surprised on how your body has started to relax, and you've begun to start that process of going into a nice, hopefully sleepful night.
The other one is too, quite often we might be in our stress response. So we might have gone into fight, flight, freeze, or fawn, and we need to turn that off. And that could be that as we progressively relax our body, we might also use the breath to support that relaxation. So, with each exhalation, just letting my body relax deeper and deeper, more and more, so sleep can come easily. So that's something that you can begin to hypnotize yourself about if you are having problems out there and wanted to utilize the power of the breath to calm the sympathetic nervous system.
There's an exercise that Mario collects actually put out to people, and it's where you take a really deep breath in and you breathe in as much air as you possibly can and fill your lungs with. You hold that for as long as you possibly can, and then you exhale all that air again, really, really emptying your lungs. If you do that 3 times, then that actually activates the parasympathetic nervous system, and you will start to yawn and feel tiredness because you're increasing the CO2 in your body, which naturally makes you sleepy. The pain from the holding in that breath and really exhaling that breath creates a distraction from your thought patterns of sleep, not being able to sleep. So you're creating that distraction as well.
Nice. There's also a sleep study done through Stanford University, and they had a different type of sleep that helps to also switch off the central nervous system response of stress. And that is just breathing in twice in a row through the nostrils, in twice in a row rapidly, and then slowly sighing it out like a big, long sigh through the mouth. Okay, so you can do up to 5 rounds, but even 1 round showed your heart rate slowing down and, things becoming calmer very quick. So there are definitely some amazing breathing exercises out there that you definitely could try. Not all fit for everyone. Like you got to find something that makes sense to you. So try it and see how it goes.
One of the things people with ADHD often find as well that is really good for them is listen to the bilateral stimulation music, where it massages the brain, and it works for some people and really relaxes them, and other people it does the reverse for. So like you were saying, different things work for different people.
Yeah, so on that note, ADHD, if you have it or have been diagnosed or think you might have it, white noise, brown noise, pink noise in your environment can be very soothing. So some people will find natural noises like ocean waves, or it could be the sound of rain falling or something like that, where it will bring them into a much more calmer state. So for them to be in silence doesn't work. They need to have some kind of noise to help their brain slow down and shut down for sleep. So that's definitely something to consider if that's you out there, that your thoughts are rather loud and many, and you just need something in your environment to kind of set the tone. That becomes in itself an anchor too. So the more regularly you then switch on that sleep time sound, your brain and body will get used to that and prime to it. Conditioned response. Yeah. Awesome. When we're kind of looking at that, it's common for people to feel like they just can't shut off their mind. I think the more they fight with that, the more it becomes bigger and bigger. It's not about shutting off the mind. I don't think the mind ever shuts off fully, but it's about where you direct your mind. I think that's important as hypnotherapists to teach our clients how to direct their mind to something much more soothing.
For sure, yeah.
Are there any other thoughts or ideas you'd like to share today with anyone, Teresa?
No, I think if people are having problems with sleeping, and long-term sleep deprivation really does impact on your health and well-being,
Mm.
do reach out to people. Contact a hypnotherapist or us if you're near or want to online, or drop a comment in the chat below so that we can get back to you and support you wherever we can do.
Mm. And if you're interested in learning about hypnotherapy, please visit the school website. It's nzach.ac.nz, and come on board as a student. I'd love to have you. And yeah, do you want to do the rest, Teresa?
And remember to like, subscribe, and share. And do chat with us. Until next time.
Bye, everyone.